Hello and welcome everyone. This is Ida Lee with Raw Emotions, and I've had a couple requests for some juicing videos, and I have done a few, and it's been tricky with uploading them. So I'm hoping that this one's going to turn out, um, and I can say everything that I want to say. um, so one juice that we do, it's called C.A.B.A.L.A juice, and let me turn the computer here for you so I can show you. So C.A.B.A.L.A is carrots, apple, lemon, apple, beets, and apple. Now this should be a golden delicious apple. The store, and this is a perfect time to show you, the store was out of golden delicious apples, so I substituted. And something too that genetically modified GMO means is that they'll take, two species of an apple, combine them, and make a new species. So that's genetically modified organism. That's what that means. So like when we have seedless watermelons, they have actually taken, different genes out of the watermelon for it to stop producing the seeds. And same thing with grapes. I actually got some red grapes for us to juice, and these are organic. And what's really cool is these have the seeds in them too. You have to remember, when we play with our fruit or our foods of any kind, when we take stuff out, we're not just only taking what we think we're taking out. There's other things. One thing I've noticed about watermelon juice, or watermelons in general, is that the seeded watermelons are actually sweeter and juicier. The seedless ones are, yes, more convenient, but when you realize what you're compromising on taste, and then it makes me wonder too, what else you're compromising on, because if you do a little bit of research, watermelons have over 70 different electrolytes in them. So it's a great hydrator. It's even better than, those sports drinks, Gatorade. There's nothing artificial about Mother Nature, and watermelon juices, you can't get any more organic than that. So I suggest you look into watermelon juice. Something else that I do with watermelon juice, I'll name at the end, but that is with royal jelly. So with that, I do also want to note, if you're able to, whatever juice you buy, keep your containers. This one just got washed. The label did not get taken off yet, as you can see. It's just actually easier to store them in. You've already got a container, so you're not searching through your cupboard, trying to find what can I put this in. So I suggest, save your containers. And the other thing is, it's costly. It costs a lot of money to buy organic. I talked a little bit about Bella having something called eosinophilic esophagitis. And when you witness and go through your child throwing up, on average, 9 times a day, you look at food differently. You research it, and you start to pay attention to how it affects her body and then your body. But with that being said, don't shy away from fruit. Do what you can afford. Add fruit into your diet. Buy the fruit juice, and then when you're able to start buying the organic fruit juice. And then when you're able to start juicing your own juice, it's a great way that you're taking control of your health. And it's important. And the other thing too that I want to mention about fruit, I said, how good fruit is. Stand up here a little bit. How good fruit is. From the sun it gets its energy. Well, what fruit does is it has fructose. And there's a big misconception about fructose. If you only consume fruit, which in our society, in our diet, it's extremely hard to do. But your body recognizes this, fructose, as straight energy. Straight energy, that's what it's turned into. When you start adding in the corn syrup and the corn starches, corn sugars, cane sugars, that's processed. The corn, the molecules, the beets, everything, it's being separated and it's turned into sugar. it's still processed. And that's a foreign sugar to our bodies. So what our bodies do is they're converted them into simple carbs and into fat. It goes right to your love handle. So then when you are ingesting fruit along with the artificial sweeteners, your body is unable to differentiate between the two. So they both get converted into straight fat. And I just wanted to point that out because that is a huge misconception about fruit. It's the fructose. And a little side note, we are only actually supposed to consume about 4 grams of sugar, which is like 4 teaspoons, 2 to 3 teaspoons. That's crazy. That is such a teeny tiny little amount. Start paying attention to your labels. Really start reading what you're eating, and paying attention to the ingredients that are in your food. It's so important. You know, we all want to take control of our lives, and our diets is one of them. And when I say diet, I'm not talking about losing weight. I'm talking about what we eat every day. Yes, I can help you lose weight, but my main focus is health. It's nutrition, and understanding, you know, what food is and how it helps us. So real quick, I'll move into the juicing and we'll get going. Turn everything around here. Now the juicer that I have is an omega juicer. I was really fortunate that my sister is the one who did all of the research and the homework for me. She found one that best suited her needs for what she was looking for at the time. And we were all kind of jumping on, you know, the health bandwagon about the same time. And so my dad had decided that he wanted to get one as well. And it's a lot of work. Yeah, you know, it's a commitment. It's a lot of work. And he said, you know, he offered to me if I wanted to borrow it, and I said, heck yeah. I wasn't willing to spend the money on the juicer at that time. But it has definitely paid off. There isn't a time that he's not over that I don't give him juice, because it has definitely paid for itself. And this is an omega juicer as well. I'm not suggesting that you get that. This is just the juicer that I'm using. But I really do suggest that you do your homework. And the main difference between a juicer and a blender is the massification process. So the juicer takes the fruit that you're sending through, and it sits there and it grinds it up and it mashes it up, and it extracts all of the fruit juice and the nutrients from the rest of the pulp, and it sends out the pulp right here. And a blender, you're essentially putting in the whole fruit, you know, the whole vegetable, and then you're blending it up, and so you're getting everything. You're getting the skin, you're getting the pulp, you're getting everything, the juice. And that's it. So when you're juicing, it's actually easier for your stomach to digest. There's really nothing for it to digest. It just goes straight into your system. And so there's a couple reasons behind juicing. It's, you know, it's a medicine essentially as well. So we do have to be careful with it. You know, it's not our main source of nutrition, unfortunately. But yeah, so let's get going on this. So I'm going to send through some carrots. These are the easiest ones to do. Let's see. Here's an apple coming through. And I can't remember if I said this, but I'm pretty sure I did. We're doing the whole apple, the core, the seeds, the skin, everything. So I just wanted to show you real quick, you know, you can see the juice coming down, coming through, and then you can see the pulp, the dried stuff. Sometimes it comes out wet. Sometimes, like grapes, come out really dry. So it's funny to see the different textures in the skins of the fruit. And then I think, oh, I'm going to show you real quick. Now with the C.A.B.A.L.A juice, this is a juice, that you juice everything together. You're gonna not separate any of your ingredients. So you're gonna juice all 6 ingredients together, combine them, and this is your drink. If you want separately to do apple juice, you can do apples. Apple juice is really good fresh. Like I said, we have grapes. Play with your fruits. You know, one favorite that we're finding is pineapples, and pineapples have a lot of bromine in them, a natural histamine. So check out your fruits. You know, I encourage you. It's a lot of fun, and they taste so much more different than store-bought fruit juices. One of my favorite is grape juice. And like I said, we're going to be doing some red grapes today. But you basically, to get the Welch's grape juice color, those are the black grapes that you want to do. And the white grape juice are the green grapes. But yeah, play and have fun with them. But something that I add to my morning C.A.B.A.L.A juice, I put it in our Vitamix blender and I blend it up really good, is Spirulina powder. And I get it from znaturals.com. But spirulina powder, it's a great source of iron and protein. It's a natural form. A tablespoon a day. It has a really marine taste to it. And the C.A.B.A.L.A juice is really the only juice I found where the lemon juice, the acidity, really cuts out that marine taste. And it's how you can't even taste that there's spirulina powder in there. And then the other thing that I add to it is bee pollen. This is really good. I encourage you to research this too. This is often compared to mother's milk. The bees make it for the queen bee. It's just another source of energy. Bella, I give her, she gets 2 tablespoons of this every morning actually with her food. And then something that I was talking about, watermelon juice. Stand up here. Is, so with watermelon juice after a seizure, I will give royal jelly. Let's see if you can see that. And I just got this at the health food store. It just says pure natural fresh royal jelly. And that's 1/4 of a teaspoon with it, and it depends on, you know, how much I'll give her after a seizure. Anywhere from 4 to 8 ounces of watermelon juice. It's more to help keep her hydrated, and depending on where she's at in the stage of recovery, you know, food as well, nutrition. But I've noticed when I include the royal jelly, it helps. I don't want to say like cut her recovery time in half, but I've noticed it's helping ease her into recovery. She just seems a little bit lighter going into it. So I have noticed it, you know, helping. And like I said, you know, what works for one isn't necessarily going to work for the other. But I think it's really important that we share our ideas on what works for us, you know, because you might find something that does work for you. But again, remember, you know, it's not a one size fits all. But with that being said, I think that's all that I wanted to go into today as far as juicing and the information I wanted to give about that. I hope you all have fun juicing. I encourage you all to do it. It's fun to do, you know, and it's messy, yeah, so anticipate the mess, but just when you drink that refreshing goodness, it's just, it's so good and worth it. So I hope you all have a great day, and we'll see you soon. Bye-bye.